If you've been struggling with your manifestations, here's one mistake you're probably making and how to fix it. I have 2 words for you: mental diet. What does that mean? So your mental diet is just what it sounds like. It's what are you allowing in your mind? What are you allowing your mind to consume? What are you allowing your mind to think on? What thoughts are you letting run rampant in your brain? Well, I can't help what I think about. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. When you're starting to have a thought that contradicts what you're trying to manifest, you can stop it in its tracks. It takes some practice. It's not going to happen for you overnight, unless you manifest that it happens for you overnight. But you can stop the thought in your tracks. You know when you're dwelling on shit you're not supposed to be dwelling on. You know how to select thoughts that are positive. That's how affirmations work. That's how manifestation works. You get what you are focused on most often. But here's the mistake a lot of people make when they're trying to practice a good mental diet. When you're getting a thought that does not align with what you're trying to manifest, you try to suppress the thought, like, stop, no, don't think about that. That's not what we're doing. Because like with a food diet, the more you try to restrict yourself, the more you're going to focus on the thing that you can't have, right? So instead of practicing exclusion, we're going to practice more inclusion, because if you give yourself more of the healthy food, or in this case, healthy thoughts, you're going to naturally have less of the unaligned thoughts. And this is literally what I do when I'm dealing with my own mental diet, because even though I've been doing this for a long time, of course, I still get negative thoughts. Like, we're humans, okay? But when I get a negative thought or a thought that doesn't align with what I'm trying to manifest, instead of being like, nope, shut up, we can't think about that, I literally go, you know what? That's not a good use of my mental energy. I should be thinking about something else. And I will flip the thought and say, no, actually, this is the way that I want it to be. And then if I'm not getting any resistance from that, I will continue to repeat, and I'll save my affirmations a little bit and change that negative thought that I was having into a positive one. Or if I'm getting a lot of resistance, a lot of pushback from myself in that moment, I will literally redirect myself to something else that has nothing to do with what I was manifesting. Say you're trying to manifest a specific person or a relationship. Oh, this person doesn't like me. They didn't text me today. No, we're not going to do that. That's not a good use of your mental energy. There are more productive things you could be using your powerful thoughts to think about. You're not telling yourself, no, don't think that. You're telling yourself, this does not align with what I want, and there are better things that I could be thinking about, which is absolutely true. You can get no resistance from that. There are better things that you could be thinking about other than that negative garbage that doesn't align with what you want. So instead, gently, lovingly redirect yourself away from the unwanted thought. No, this is not aligning with what I want. I'm going to think about this instead. And then select a new thought. It could be about the thing that you're manifesting. You can flip the thought into a positive thought. Or if that's giving you too much resistance in that moment, think about something completely different. Switch manifestations. There's a reason we have a list of 26 things, so we don't hyper fixate on one manifestation. Choose something else on your list to think about in that moment. You know what? I got a big raise at work. I'm not going to think about this person who's not texting me. I'm going to think about this raise at work instead. This is a more productive use of my time. You're not restricting yourself from having the very human negative thought. It's perfectly normal to have thoughts like that. We are human beings. But you're going to gently, lovingly redirect yourself to something that is more important in that moment, something that is more productive, something that is more aligned with the life that you're trying to create. Be gentle with yourself, because the more you push, the more it's going to push back. That is a mistake that I think a lot of people make when they're practicing a mental diet, and it's something that I don't hear people talk about nearly enough. I hope this helps. Let me know if it does, and give me a follow if you want more tips like this.